Hi there, I'm Stacy, the encaustic mixed media artist behind Studio Stacy. Encaustic literally means to burn in. So I paint with beeswax and a torch, and because it's mixed media, pretty much anything else I can get my hands on. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Consider subscribing and joining this artsy community. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, which helps me get introduced to more like-minded artsy folks like yourself. Hi all, future video editing me coming at you. I wanted to give you all a heads up. I am having a sale for my newsletter subscribers only. They're gonna get a discount code. If you are a newsletter subscriber, you already have that code. You don't have to do anything. If for some reason you didn't get an email from me, check your spam folder and definitely feel free to reach out if you are subscribed and didn't get an email. But I wanted to let everyone else know who's maybe not subscribed to my newsletter, not the YouTube channel here, but to my newsletter. You need to be subscribed to that. You will get a discount code for 25% off your entire purchase, all art, all frames, all mini paintings, everything on the website. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm working on updating my website. Not quite yet, but over the next several weeks, I'm going to be updating it after the sale is done, and I'm going to be taking off a lot of the artwork that is on there. So if you happen to have your eye on a piece of artwork and now is the time, get it before they're gone forever. Sign up for my newsletter if you're not already to get the 25% off discount code. And yeah, back to the video here. I think I forgot to mention, I'm gonna put the link down below to sign up for my newsletter, so you can easily find that down below. So now back to the video. Good morning, all. It is a very frosty January morning here. Made it to the studio. If you hear clicking like that, I have the wax turned on in the background. And I think my plan for today is to do, I believe it's painting number 2 or video number 2 of this starting over series. So I'm going to pick a painting out of the box that I want to redo or tweak some, and yeah, I think that's what this video is going to be about. So let's get to picking a painting out of the box. All right, this is the one I have chosen to redo, and it's got these crochet pieces on it, just very much like the last one. So I'm gonna have to make sure I'm protecting that area so I don't, obviously catch fire to it and make anything burn. But basically what I don't like about this particular painting is these trees up here. They're not horrible, but I don't know, they're not great. So I think I'm probably going to eliminate these somehow. I don't know if I'll scrape back at first. I might do that. But first things first, I do need to tape off the edges, and I'll probably put some tape over this crochet yarn bits to protect it. All right, I think what I'm going to do, what I also have decided to do, is bump this horizon line, like this line here, up to somewhere around where these other ones are. So I've taped off just these couple patches of the yarn, and really it's just kind of like a warning to me as I'm going along heating this. Hey, like, beware, something's under here, don't catch it on fire. Somewhat. So the rest of this area I'm gonna try really hard not to touch, which means I need to figure out what greens I used on this area to try to blend it in up here. And that way I'm also covering up some of these trees here. And then I think what I'm probably going to do is cover up this whole sky area and just kind of start anew with the trees. So I think today's plan is probably just to figure out this background. I think anyways. And I brought over my color swatch sticks, the greens over here. And I think that one of these colors is this color, which is Gummet. I'm thinking that's how you say that. This color here, I think was one of them. I probably have a couple more in there. Might have, I don't think it was this color. Definitely Gummet. Could have also been this sap green color. Sorry, did I just put you guys off of camera there? Could have been this sap green, and then I need to find kind of this darker greenish here. So I'm just going to keep flipping through these and see what I can come up with. A couple of things that I think are worth mentioning, even though I've mentioned these in the past, I think they're important to note. So first thing is, if you're using a store-bought encaustic paint, whether it's encausticos, which is what I'm using, or RNF, they are highly, highly pigmented paints, and you can and should dilute them with some encaustic medium. It'll just stretch your paint out more, and because they're so pigmented, you really don't need a lot. So the other thing I wanted to mention was the level of flame or heat that you're putting down on your encaustic paintings. You don't need a lot. You don't want to like remelt the entire painting. So in this case, I'm just turning this down pretty low flame. Hopefully you can see that here in the video, and just kind of heating this up just ever so slightly. You just want it kind of warm to the touch. You don't want to remelt everything down with encaustic paint. So 2 important things to worth noting. trees have been eliminated. And I don't know if you caught in that time lapse, but I added quite a bit more areas of green down here. Had to get out the heat gun because, didn't want to catch any of this on fire. But I'm pretty happy with it. And I debated about this really kind of dark-ish horizon line, but I am liking it. So I'm leaving it. And I think this is where I'm going to leave you in the studio for today. I have some other things I have to get done, so I'm going to go get those things done. But I will be picking you back up tomorrow, which for you will just be a few quick seconds to probably, I think what I'm going to do is put more trees down. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I like these trees. And yeah, we're going to go from there. But we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. You probably have already seen a few snippets of me sketching these trees out onto this painting. I used a Stabilo Marks All brown pencil for that. And I'm now adding in some India ink, Bombay India ink. And I was just thinking maybe more of a watercolor effect on these trees, letting the kind of heavier crochet pieces pop off and keeping these trees a little bit more subtle, if you will. I wanted to mention two quick things while I was thinking about it. The first one is the Bombay India ink. It doesn't initially want to stick, if you will, to the wax. I don't know if you kind of saw that in the video or not. So what I typically do is put down just kind of a quick little layer, and then I go back over that layer again, and eventually it kind of starts to stick to itself. Because the wax is not a porous material, the ink doesn't initially want to kind of seep into it. So you have to apply it in a couple different layers, and then it will eventually kind of stick to itself. The second thing I wanted to mention was I do still need to fuse these layers to the wax to get it to absorb fully. So once this ink is dry, it's still not dry. Once it's dry though, I will go over with just a really light fuse with the torch just to make sure everything is sunk together, fused together, all of that good stuff. So just wanted to mention those two quick things. So I've pretty much finished inking them in, and now they just need to dry. So I'm going to wait for them to dry and kind of see how I like it. But I think this one is actually done now. Again, done again. I'll flip the camera around here and show you, but I don't think I need to put any more wax onto it. That's my thought so far. All right, here you go. I can't really tip it up or all of that wet ink will run, but I'm kind of liking just how subtle those are. A little bit more watercolor, like a little less heavy. And yeah, just another nice pop of color on this one too. So I'm going to leave that and get the rest of this mess just cleaned up a bit.
Alright, while I was cleaning up, that ink is dry on the painting now, so there's two last things to do. One, take that tape off of the edges, and two, just give it a light fusing over that ink again, like I said, to make sure everything is fused together nicely. And I know it's hard to see in the video here, but the flame is on very, very, very low, which is why it's hard to see the flame on the end of this torch. I don't want to fuse it so much that the lines and the ink will kind of spread, but I just want to fuse it enough so that it, sticks to those other wax layers or embeds in those wax layers.
All right, all, I think this is where I'm going to leave you for this one. You know what to do. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions about the process, definitely leave them down there below. I'm happy to answer anything. And I, of course, love hearing from you all. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so. More painting and studio videos will be coming your way very soon. Thanks so very, very, very much for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.